Tonight on One Girl, Five Gays. 15 questions inspired by Mean Girls.
Fetchy fetch, fetch fetch.
With lots of excitement, loads of tension,
The fact that I have to see this in person bothers me.
and combating couples.
You think you're polite with people?
Are you fucked?
Why is Mean Girls a must-see movie for you?
It's funny, and like, you know what? I love female comedians, and I think that this movie like embodies that. The high school experience, it's like funny women, it's funny actresses.
It's subversive in the end, really, because it's like, why do I have to pit myself against you? And then the tiara, when you break it off, like that's really empowering, I think, for like young women to see.
You feel empowered?
I felt empowered.
I liked it because it had a message, but it wasn't sentimental.
Yeah.
And that, for me, was so refreshing because so many teen movies that we've seen are insufferable. But this movie was funny, it was sharp, it almost had adult humor, but in a teen setting, and it was just so fresh and original.
If this panel were to participate in a Christmas talent show, what would your talent be?
I can stick my entire fist in my mouth.
Can you actually, though?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's see. I mean,
Oh my God.
Would that honestly be your talent?
Yeah, it would be, unfortunately, okay? My parents didn't invest.
Jonathan.
I can walk on my toe knuckles.
Ooh.
So if this is my foot, I can bend my toes all the way back and
Can you
walk
do that now?
on them.
No, I don't like that.
I can.
Can we just ding it with a photo? The fact that I have to see this in person bothers me. Oh.
Sorry, I'm really wearing heinous socks. I went to the
It's
gym
like
today,
cycling socks.
so I can bend. I can actually walk on. Isn't that weird? I don't know how that happened.
How'd you discover
When
that?
you're a gay kid.
You're a gay kid in the suburbs, shit's gonna happen.
Are you more attracted to sexy Halloween costumes or creative ones?
Obviously sexy. I think Halloween is a time for you to just be like the natural, raw slut. I'm sure you understand.
I understand.
Of course.
I was gonna say sexy too. Like obviously,
Obviously.
lumberjack, firefighter, police officer.
Or just like some
handcuff me.
underwear.
Yeah, like pick me up, I'm good to go.
Jason, what do you think?
I'm not homophobic, but like with gay guys, it's
Aren't
so
you?
obvious to do the like sexy thing, and I
With
just
girls
don't care.
too, though.
Yeah, some
I know.
girls.
I guess
yeah.
maybe it's because I don't pay attention to like girls' Halloween
Yeah.
costumes, obviously. But when guys do like the sexy football player, I just don't care. If you do something really creative, pop culture relevant, like really on, like if you dressed up as a Kia monkey, I'd be like, take me home.
win
If you
Halloween.
dressed up as like a sexy football player, I'd be like, bye.
So this past year for Halloween, I was a witch, which was pretty much like underwear, a cape, a good hat, some jewelry, nails, Avi. Jason was like, where is your costume? And I tried to explain to him, we like had like one of those couple moments where I was like, this is me on Halloween. And like he was dressed foot to, like, there was no skin.
I like creative costumes because I just feel like sexy costumes are contrived and it's always like a fireman or like some blue collar job.
So what is your creative costume? I'm challenging this. What are
like
you
me
creating?
personally?
If you saw my witch costume, first of all, my ass you could
No,
crack.
It was a black Speedo with a witch hat.
and a cape and gorgeous nails and gloves. I nailed the costume.
I'm picturing Dollarama. Sorry.
All I'm hearing is you can't pull off a Speedo.
Why would the person on your left receive detention?
I feel like you're the type of person that would like talk back to your teacher a little bit, and you'd be like, detention.
That's happened.
You're like the class clown, obviously. Like you would always be the one that would make a joke. Like in sex class, you would be like, fallopian tubes, like, but and like you would get just sent to detention because you were distracting kids or something.
Andrew, you would be the one spreading those rumors, starting those eating disorders. He knows it.
I was
He
a mean
knows
girl at
it.
school. I don't know you very well, but I'm assuming from like having sex at school with Coach Carr, like blowing Coach Carr, getting
That would do it.
gonorrhea spelled wrong and, and getting weak
Yeah,
detention.
you're a total trank pack.
You're so trained, Pat.
Are.
Okay, we're gonna play a game. Amy Poehler versus Tina Fey.
Oh, I love games.
Who would you rather take to the prom? Andrew.
You know she has a hip flask.
Same. I think she'd be a wild cracker, and I feel like she would just like be down for adventures.
We'd be very drunk. We would like debauchery.
She would like stand in the corner with me and just like kind of gossip about everyone else that was there. We wouldn't want to be the center of attention.
Tina Fey, I think we would both be together because we were both rejected from everybody else.
Amy Poehler versus Tina Fey. Who would you rather take a road trip with?
I feel like Tina Fey has a weak bladder.
If you're one-on-one in someone with a car, I would want Amy. Like, I feel like she would be so entertaining the entire time.
I would pick Amy too because I feel like Amy would be like a kind of like a dumb blonde. Don't you think just a little bit?
No, not at all.
Yeah, you guys would get along.
Yeah.
I think she would hate you.
Yeah, I don't think you guys would get along at all.
Amy Poehler versus Tina Fey. Who is more like you?
I'm gonna say Amy because she's a cool mom in a cool Subaru, listening to cool tunes, singing along like on a freeway. That's why I'm gonna go with Amy.
Well, because blondes have more fun, and
You're not
although
blonde.
I'm not a blonde, I embody that in my heart and soul, so I always try to have more fun, so I think we'd get along.
I feel like Tina Fey is a little bit more constructed than Amy, and I feel like again Tina Fey is a wild cracker, just like me.
Wait, you're holding a
Yeah,
baby.
and you're holding
I
a
got the
baby.
wrong one again.
Oh, shit.
My dumb blonde thing's just circling around.
Up next, Andrew channels his inner Regina.
It means a lot coming from an attractive person.
Jonathan gets real with Jason.
That is an
that's-
incredibly embarrassing story that he just revealed about you. I hope you realize that.
And why is the cast talking about Philip?
Are you kidding me? Have you met Philip? He would do anything.
Coming up next.
What is fetch about the person on your right?
Let me see. Fetchy fetch, fetch, fetch. The shoes are pretty fetch. And look, he has like autographs from like every single person in Toronto, so obviously people are loving him. That's so fetch.
That is a very cute shirt.
Kids love me.
He's fetch.
Aw, thanks, Steven. It means a lot coming from an attractive person, so thank you.
Welcome.
Jonathan is fetch because I have never laughed more with somebody. And I think that the true definition of fetch is like cool, fun. When I think of Jonathan, I think that he's just a fetch person because he keeps me laughing.
Jason is fetch because he has this quiet, sophisticated confidence about him. I feel like I'm such a scattered, like, frenetic person that I envy people like you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love this question. I feel like Rafe is very smart. And what's fetch about Rafe is that everything you say is clearly thought out and it's very on point.
I love that answer. What's fetch about Steven is that you can communicate with noises better than you can with words. And I think that's lovely. There.
Describe your best day of high school.
I would say my best day was the day that I left high school. And I don't mean that as a really negative, like, like, I mean that as it was liberating. I knew that I was going off to start a completely new chapter in my life. And I remember on the last day of school, we had the graduation. And I remember one of the students, and this was someone who kind of bullied me throughout all of high school, his mother came up to me and said, I expect really big things from you. And I was like, she's like, you're gonna really make it. And I was like, it was like a movie moment.
Really special
It was an
moment.
incredible moment. I'll never forget it.
Mine's totally not sentimental, but it was more like you got a supply teacher and they would wheel in the TV with the VCR and they would like play a movie for you and you knew that for the next like hour and a half, you didn't have to do anything other than watch this movie.
My teachers never played like fun movies. Like it was always like Amistad or like
The Shawshank
it was like
Redemption.
I never got to watch like a fun movie.
Well, it is a riveting movie, Amistad.
really dark.
Amistad.
What Mean Girls character do you relate to?
Everyone's gonna think that I'm gonna say like Regina George or something. At one point in my life, I would say that I did relate to Regina a lot.
Were you a mean girl?
I was a mean girl. Like when I started the show, I think I was a mean girl. Now that I've matured, are you done? Sorry. Now that I've matured a little bit, I'd say that I'm more the Tina Fey. I'm working a couple jobs, trying to make a living, giving everyone donuts. I'm very forgiving, but I want people to learn lessons.
All my friends think I'm Katie. Like, you know, like she's like she kind of
No,
like,
we know Katie.
Okay, we've
No, like we've seen the
We've
movie.
seen the movie, but
Okay, good. I can feel she's kind of like.
Do you mean Karen?
Yeah, see? Exactly. Oh. That's exactly why.
It's raining somewhere, babe.
I know, I can feel it in my boobs.
We can see your boobs
We
in
can
that
see
shirt.
your boobs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, I feel like I would be the Gretchen. Is she a follower?
Yeah, she is.
She is.
Totally.
I
She's a
feel
blind
like
follower.
I'm a bit
man.
of a people pleaser,
She
and I
finds
feel
her
like I'm
way.
a bit of a. I don't think I'm a follower, but I think I'm a pushover with something. Don't say anything, but like I feel like I don't like to like offend people. Like I don't like to like step on anyone's toes. I'm always just very like polite with people.
Do you?
Yeah,
You think you're polite with people?
with like strangers and stuff.
You yelled at the girl the other day because she didn't return your bronzer.
And that is an
that's-
incredibly embarrassing story that he just revealed about you. I hope you realize that.
What makes your mom cool?
My mom's really good at using emojis in text messages, so I think that she's totes cool.
What's her favorite emoji? What does she use the most?
The dancing lady.
Oh.
She's like, I just bought a really cute outfit, and she like sent me a selfie in like the change room, and then like this lady.
So your mom sends selfies too. Do you think that's where you get it from?
Probably genetic.
So my mom has this thing where she loves gangster beats. So like every time I go into the car and like I put on the radio, I'm gonna fuck your bitch. And I was like, what? And it was like, Cash
Jesus.
Money. I was like, Mom, what are you listening to? Like all her CDs are like so gangster. Like I'm just
Wow.
like, whoa.
My mom like is the mom that would like be so unsupportive of like a gay person, and she was at first. And over like the course of a year, she just like completely like turned like 180. My mom like really tries to like
That's so sweet.
understand me, and like I just
Your mom
really
loves you.
see her effort, and like I just love my mom so much.
I love your mom too.
If Mean Girls was remade today, who would you cast as Katie Heron?
Obviously, I would cast Selena Gomez because she's a good girl and she's waiting to go bad.
I would say Elle Fanning, because I think that she'd be great in that role.
I say Kylie Jenner.
Ooh, that's a good one.
First of all, you have to think marketing. You have to sell this movie and you have to make a buck as a producer. And I think she's the perfect person to put in that role because she will draw ticket sales.
Is she an actor?
Is anyone anymore? I don't think so.
Who would you cast as Regina George?
Sally Draper from Mad Men. I don't know what her name is.
Kiernan Shipka.
There you go.
Oh,
She's
interesting.
gorgeous.
She's gorgeous and sassy and like brooding and amazing.
Willow Smith.
Ew.
Again, you have to appeal to the age demographic. You need ticket sales. I think she would be a perfect fit. I think it's timely. It's multiracial. We didn't see
So
that in
urban.
the first. So urban. And I think that would, you know, create a new relationship amongst everybody.
Rihanna? No.
No.
Who would you cast as Damien?
The queer on Glee. What's his name?
Chris Colfer?
Yeah.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Just because he's gay and he's
Yes,
fun.
why else?
I'd cast my very good friend Philip Tetro.
He wouldn't want to do the like C part.
Are you kidding me?
He
Have you
would
met
be
Philip?
the Philip Tetro
He would do
guy.
anything.
Why don't you think Philip would want to?
Yeah, why don't
do
you
it?
think Philip would succeed
Or
in this
to,
role?
yeah, to be a secondary
You
character.
don't believe in your friend?
It's Philip. Have you ever met him?
Philip wants to be Katie or Regina.
I think he would succeed in anything he does.
Ooh.
Wow.
Paris Hilton?
It's a woman.
In drag,
And like
naturally.
20
Oh, Perez Hilton?
Paris is Hilton.
Paris.
No, Perez Hilton.
Oh.
Because he's like gossip queen, like
That
he
is
does
your
everything.
first good answer tonight. Like, that is actually nailed it.
Like, it makes
nailed it.
sense.
Come here, babe.
Coming up next, Jason attacks Andrew.
Are you fucked?
And why would Jonathan say this?
High school is a war zone, and it will and always be.
Coming up next.
Did Mean Girls help raise the status of plastics or dismantle it?
I think raised. Like it made being mean and making kind of like funny, witty, but mean jokes about people cool. I have friends that like made burn books. I was in high school when Mean Girls.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Crazy.
people like did that. It's always been like that. People always imitate what looks cool.
But the Mean Girls are the biggest joke of the movie.
But that's
but
the
it's like, it's
thing.
But I
funny
think
and
the
they're
Mean Girls.
pretty and they.
Raph, what do you think?
Basic bitches all wanted to be Regina George after the movie came out. So even if they weren't mean before, they're like, I'm the Regina George of this like social group. How many basic people have like, I'm the Regina George of Twitter on their fucking bios on Twitter, and I can't deal with that.
I don't think it did anything. I think that high school is a war zone, and it will and always be. I think things change the way we tease people through now. So, I mean, social media didn't even exist in Mean Girls.
I was gonna say,
there were
like,
no cell phones, there was no
Facebook
internet, there was no
is
Facebook.
basically a burn
So
book,
it's just
right?
exactly. It's just the means to an end, and I think that it will always be.
Gretchen Wiener says ex-boyfriends are off limits to friends. Do you agree with that statement?
No.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Are you fucked?
Have you ever dated one of your friend's ex-boyfriends?
I've had people date my ex-boyfriends.
Didn't bother you?
And it doesn't bother me. They're my exes for a reason. It's done. It's not my business anymore.
Jason's about to explode.
If one of your really good friends right now, name one, like one of your really good friends started dating your last ex-boyfriend, you would just be like, oh, sunshine, butterflies.
But like one of my friends did have a connection with my ex-boyfriend, and you know what?
Didn't.
Yeah, they
Not
did.
a close friend.
It was a close friend, and I just had to accept it.
I'm not like on good terms with any of my ex-boyfriends, and that's like a whole other episode. But like
Next episode.
I don't want them like around. Like I don't even want to hear their name. Like if someone that I'm close to is like reaching back out to someone from my past, I don't want any part of it.
I agree. I do not allow any of my friends to date exes of mine. I will even go so far as to say I will not allow friends to hang out with other friends of mine.
Who are you?
You're gonna
This
have
is
a
the
lot of
thing.
people doing that behind your back.
This is the thing. Call me insecure, but that's one of the weird little
You're the
friend
connector.
things that I have.
But that's control freak.
And you know
Sure.
what? Maybe I won't defriend you or I won't start a fight with you, but I will feel very uncomfortable if that happens.
Do you think Damien's character is a good role model for gay youth?
No.
Why not?
Because I think you can strive to be more than just like somebody's sidekick, and I think that's what he was. He's
Okay, Jason, why are you rolling your eyes?
Why are you
Because
rolling
you're
your
reading
eyes?
into it too much. Like he's not like just
course I'm
because
reading
he's,
into
like,
it
a
too much.
secondary character doesn't mean that like the fact that he was a gay person in a high school movie was really huge. He was funny, he was witty, he was like, think of like a Mean Girls quote right now, it's probably a Damien quote.
I feel like the thing that I think is so important is representation. I didn't have a lot of gay characters to look up to in popular media growing up. And like, he's a secondary character. He's maybe a little bit of a caricature, but like, he is there. And I feel like himself as an actor said that I wish there were actors or roles like Damien when I was growing up, because he just only came out maybe a few months ago.
Yeah.
I agree with you guys too, but I have to say no because I feel like in that role, like you're a minority, he's gay in the high school, he was so judgmental and so kind of like
He attacked a lot of people.
Like he was a bully to
like
so
that
many
short,
people.
hairy girl.
But I think he also showed that you can find your space in high school and function as like a person and be okay.
But you can be a person, function as yourself, and not put other people down.
I think a role
Jonathan, what
model
do you
is
think?
somebody you strive to be.
I remember the excitement that I had in that movie theater when I saw that character have his first scene because I knew I was about to watch a gay character. For me, that was so important. However, in my remake of the movie, at the end, I will actually have him go off and kiss and dance with someone. Because
Right.
what I found very upsetting about that movie is that Janice goes off and has a slow dance. Katie goes, like, I mean, it's like everyone
Everyone
finds
has a
their
moment.
moment,
Yeah.
but the gay kid, like, literally goes into the shadows, and I think that's a little bit depressing.
Yeah.
I think to give hope to, like a young gay youth would be to actually show an experience that's exciting and not sort of what you think is out of reach, but actually could happen, because that's what makes great movies.
How should someone not ready to come out handle rumors about their sexuality?
I really look at some of the guys who came out in even like early high school. They have their shit together because like they killed those rumors by coming out. I know it's not possible for everyone, depending on circumstances, but I just feel like it was liberating for them. Looking back, I wish that I had the balls to go and say, well, this is exactly who I am, because I feel like it shut people up. Because what are they gonna say, you're gay? Well, obviously I said it.
So your advice would be to come out?
If I could do it again, I would, yeah.
You can't just like force someone out, no matter what.
No.
And it's
no,
like,
no.
I came out like relatively late. People, of course, like speculated and like had rumors about me.
How did you handle it?
I would get angry, and that was the wrong way to handle it. Like, I remember people would like ask me, I would get
you
so
would deny?
mad. I would be like, I hate you, like, don't ever talk to me again. It's so tough. It's like everyone has their own,
It's so unique.
Jonathan?
everyone has their own thing.
I would say, if you are not fully comfortable with the thought and the idea, wait.
Yeah, wait.
I think there's nothing wrong with waiting. I think we're looking at 4-5 years max.
How do they cope in that moment with those rumors flying around?
I think this is one of these things that you really just have to let roll off your back. And I know that sounds so easier said than done, but as someone who did it, you just gotta wait and work through it.
Draw a burn book entry about yourself.
Jonathan is a girl. Because this is actually one of those horrible things that kids said about me when I was in elementary school, which is so funny because I find it so odd that if you are like a gay kid, instantly people associate you with being a girl, not even that you're gay. Like that wasn't even a rumor that was going around school, it was that I was like actually like, a female, which I find actually so bizarre and odd.
Jason Yantha is too gay to function. Only a gay person could relate to this. It's like you're at work and you have things to do, but you lose productivity and function because you get stuck in like a Spice Girls hole on YouTube. I could waste an entire day
You are too gay to
in like a
function.
Spice Girls hole where it's like I'm actually become too gay to function.
My burn book entry is that until grade 10, rap had one eyebrow because I was a lourdess of my high school and I only had one eyebrow until I was allowed to go and pluck the shit out of that eyebrow.
Allowed?
My mom was like, don't do it because it's gonna come back thicker and blah, 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 blah.
Steven, that bitch thinks he's so tan, but we all know it's a fake and bake. Hashtag skin cancer.
I don't like that.
Who is he kidding? Put that fucking shirt on. Hashtag tank top.
Next time on One Girl, 5 Gays, we compel the cast to confess
Lying?
I am a good liar.
It comes very easily.
about their BFs,
Maybe that's superficial, maybe that's wrong, but like,
Looks are the most important thing.
yeah.
friends,
Fill up, you are an asshole.
and each other.
What do you think of Ian's hair?
Silence.